みんな、はじめまして。私はキッドです。Oh, did you not?
私はレンです。Hello, there we go.
Yay!
私はレンです。
私たちはWOEです。We are a overseas idol group formed right here at SPSCC, actually. And before we start, we are going to give you a little bit of intro into idol culture and its history. I'll start. When you read the word idols next to our name, you probably had a really, really specific image in your head. And idols are hardly like a national secret, but a lot of people don't really know the history of idol culture. So where did it start? The term idol was coined in the 60s in reaction to a French film called Cherchez l'idol, or Idol no Sagase in Japan. And the actress Sylvie Vartan, who was playing a role in that film where she did a song, was very, very cute, very, very youthful, was a hit in Japan. So they coined the term idol or idore to refer to performers who had a very, very similar vibe to Vartan in that film. Fast forwarding a little bit into the 80s, that was really like the boom of idols. It's often known as the golden age. You'll also see it referred to as Showa. That was the period, like, year that was happening, basically. And that was really where, like, a lot of solo idols thrived. Towards the late 80s, they also started appearing more in, like, acting, and stopped being quite, like, we think of like an American pop star. Towards the late 80s, idols became a little bit less like professional seeming. There was this idea that became introduced of like growing with your idol, growing as a fan with the idol that you were a fan of. So they would often start out a little bit more inexperienced in that late 80s period. After a brief detour into like the 2000s, the 90s to 2000s period, which was often known as the idol winter period, that was a period where people were really, really disillusioned with idol culture and did not really want to participate in it, so there weren't a lot of new idols debuting, there wasn't a lot of activity, but moving into the 2000s, 2010s, and present beyond that, you saw a bigger boom in like group work. AKB48 debuted in 2005 and really secured the place of idols in the national culture. It's often referred to as like the idol group of the country. And then in the late 2010s, you saw a lot more introducing of like what we call alternative idols, which would often incorporate like rock, hardcore, and metal sounds, which, ironically, Wren will explain later, was actually a huge part of idol culture in the beginning. You saw those groups debuting, they used a lot of shock value as well. And in the 2020s, we're actually seeing a really big boom in interest in foreign idols, whether they are foreign women going to Japan to become idols, or in our case, idol groups that are starting outside of Japan, but aim to perform with a similar energy and vibe to J-pop idols, which is where we come in. And I'm going to pass you over to Wren to explain one of the most fun parts of idol culture, which is call and mix and wotage.
Yeah, so wotage is kind of like the audience's performance with the idol. As Kid said, it started more in the hardcore groups in the alternate scene, but it's pretty integrated in almost every idol performance now, I'd say. Some idols, even in their songs, they'll have the mix recorded in with it, so you can...
Little hint.
Little hint
to the
our
side.
songs will have that, so you can maybe listen for it and chant along. But some of it's sort of like on the downbeats of the song, then that's when the audience will come in to cheer on the idol and keep the energy going. Some basic ones are just a very classic hi, 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 hi. Other ones is a fun little boo-boo. Yeah, it's lots of things like that, and it can get more complicated as they kind of, it's like a whole paragraph almost.
Love confessions, really.
Yes, just chanting, you know, so much. I love this idol, I want to support you, things like that. Yeah, so our songs will have a little bit of that. So if you would like to, and you, even if you don't know what chants to do, we would appreciate just any kind of hand movements too, just to cheer us along, keep the energy up. And if you listen to the songs, then they'll have some of the more simpler ones, like hi, 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 hi. So yeah, and then I'll pass it to Em to discuss our little meet and greet afterwards.
So meet and greets are one of the main ways that you are able to interact with your idol, specifically in Japan, and specifically with those underground or small idol groups. Essentially, after shows, you have an opportunity to take a picture with your oshi or your favorite. And there's also something called a handshake, where you basically get a chance to talk to your idol for a minute. So we will be handing out some handshake and checky tickets. Checky is the Polaroid photo. Should have explained
pass
that.
those out randomly.
Yeah, you can go ahead and pass those out. So if you get one, you are welcome to come take a photo with us or come talk to us afterwards. And it's really just a way to support your idol and show who your favorite is and get a chance to get to know them a little better. Typically they cost money, but we are being super duper nice and just giving them out for free today.
We're on a college campus and I don't have permission to sell, so...
But yeah, if you would like to come take a photo with us after the show and you get a check-in ticket, or if you want to come talk to us after the show and you get a handshake ticket, please come and say hi.
And that is our little intro monologue where we're just talking at you. That'll be the end of it. So our first song you've probably heard quite a bit, or maybe even a little sick of, but we hope you enjoy our performance of it anyways. So please sit back and enjoy Sakura. B-Komachi, B-Komachi. 嬉しいね、足として足をパッと差し上がる。今日の楽しみで寝られなかったよ。俺も緊張なんかしてる場合じゃない。1分1秒無駄になってできない。さあ始めましょう。君も同じような手をなしていらっしゃいませ。好きからつなげましょうよ。Very heavy on call and mix. I'm out of breath. And I'm only going to get more out of breath because this is crazy high energy. Our next song will be iLIFE Starter Pack.